Hey everyone, and welcome to the round one review of the modern preliminary walkthrough with Wishful Neoform. I'm up against Moscow, and one thing that we need to start getting used to is that companions being revealed before mulligans is going to give us a lot of information as to what we're playing against, which is pretty useful for a deck like Neoform, for example. It'll let us judge what the fundamental turn is going to be. So let's put that to practice here. So my opponent revealed a Lurrus, and up until this point, I believe the most prevalent Loris deck was the red-white Loris Burn deck, which did quite well in the first week of Ikoria being legal. There's also a variety of different Loris mid-range decks, like Loris Jun, Loris 4-color control, and whatnot. So it doesn't really help us here because they are in the opposite spectrum in terms of what we can prepare for. Like Lurrus Burn, we need to be as fast as possible, whereas Lurrus Jun, for example, we need to value Veil of Summers highly, and we don't want to mulligan too much. So we have the hand here. We have two pain lands, which aren't good if they're on burn. We also have the potential turn one, two draws at turn one, between the draw step and the Manamorphose. So that's two draws at four outs. That's around like 8%, which isn't great. And otherwise, we're just going to be drawing to Neoform till the end of time. We don't have a wish to dig for it. We don't have any cantrips to dig for it. So my personal philosophy is that I mulligan pretty liberally at 7 and even at 6. And if the hand isn't rolled up, or if the hand isn't like one card away from the combo, and there's a way to dig for it, like a canopy land or a cycler and all that, then I'm gonna mulligan pretty aggressively here. So I would think that on the draw, especially, this is going to be a mulligan. Past me did agree here. So here we have a similar hand, except that we have the glittering wish here. So a few things about this hand here. If they're on Jun, then the redundancy in the business pieces between Neoform and Glittering Wish is good. We also have the two lands, and Glittering Wish can get Eladamri's Call, although against Burn or Jun, it's honestly not the most exciting thing to do. However, I think we have the lands and the green cards and two combo pieces. So on 6, I believe that's pretty good enough here. So let's see what we did. So we do keep and we do bottom the Laboratory Maniac, which makes sense, since the Laboratory Maniac doesn't do anything before the combo. Alright, so Tarn probably means burn. Alright, so Soulscar Mage. So this is probably the mono red or the the red white hybrid, red white prowess deck with baubles and seal fires and the Swift Spear, as well as the Soulscar Mage, probably cutting the Bedlam Reveler because of Lurrus. So the fundamental turn is probably going to be on turn 3 or 4, maybe 3. So we're not in a great spot here. We do have the life goes on to gain the life, but we're still not in a great spot here. Veil's kind of a dead draw. Alright, let's see how good our opponent's turn is. Alright, what do you got, opponent? Okay, so that's a good start. Depending on what they do here, I might consider casting Life Goes On at the end of turn. The reason being that being above 14 life is a significant advantage if we draw a Alistair's Rider or a Summoner's Pact next turn. Oops, so yeah, they changed how they did this. So they revealed these two cards. Okay, so we get a moment's reprieve for this turn, I believe, although we're already going down 14, which isn't great. What you want to do against Prowess is to get a turn 2 Grizzlebrand in, which they mostly can't beat, or just turn 3, win on the spot here. I've had my Grizzlebrand killed quite a few times, or heavily neutered by Soulscar Mage. So it's not like a slam dunk win against Prowess as it is against Burn in game 1, for example. Alright, so we're going down 13, so if we draw Summoner's Pact, we only have one draw left. One draw 7 left. So is there any merit in casting the life goes on? I think the answer is yes. This is because it'll get us to 17 instead of Brassica will get us down to 16. So we'll have two activations if we do draw the Allosaurus Rider, and even if we still have the requisite green cards, these two, to pitch to Allosaurus Rider, and we still get to keep our Norseman Show. So I think I should be casting Life Goes On here. Let's see what the past me did. Yeah, past me agrees. All right. We're not lucky enough, but we do have Nourishing Show for 7 life if we want to. So here we take the line to get the Eladamri's call, which is super slow. Like, so we take turn 2 off, and then we take turn 3 off casting the call, and then we're hoping that a turn 4 Grizzlebrand that doesn't have to pay for Summoner's Pack to be good enough. They only have one creature, Prowess creature, so perhaps it's okay. We'll see though. They have the Metamorphosis and the Crash Through, so it's gonna be tough. But like, I guess like it just doesn't make sense to not do it now, just in case. Because otherwise, like doing nothing with the resource that we have, it doesn't make sense. All right. So that's our turn. Hopefully, our opponent doesn't have too big of a turn. Yeah, start off with the exiled Manamorphose. That makes sense. No Swift Spirit, please. Of course, they have it. Now we're in it. Not sure why I didn't cast the Crash Through first. That's interesting. Well, if they're trying to get me down below 7, that's a good move. Alright, what do we got here? How much is that? So we'll be down to 2, and this will bring us to 1. So the question is, do we have any outs here? Then if we Nourish and Show for 7, we go to 9. Allosaurus Rider is still an out here. I don't think there's a reason to cast Nourish and Show here. So we do get there. Well, quote-unquote get there. So here we can pitch the Summoner's Pact, keep these 3 cards. So we'll gain 7. So effectively we're at 9 minus 1. So we're at 8 when we combo here, and we will need to win this turn. We do have another land drop going. So we're playing with 1 land plus 4 Simmering Spirit Guides. So that's 5 mana. And then we're playing with playing fire basically, starting with only 1 draw 7s. But we obviously need to go for it. So we have 5 total mana, which means that we can spend one of those mana on Life Goes On, which is a big deal. Oh, we already used the Life Goes On, so we can use the 2 extra mana that we don't use in Laboratory Maniac on like Dissenter's Deliverance cycling or like Serum Vision, although like none of those are relevant with this version. But just something to keep in mind is how many mana you have available during your combo turn. All right, we're gonna go for it. Wait. Oh, so this is the line we went for. So if we Elodamri's call here, we gain 15, and if we hope that they don't have the burn like a burn spell, for example. So a lightning bolt would put us down to 9, but if they don't have anything, then they only put us to 14. That still leaves us with 1 Grizzlebrand activation. I actually think this is a bad play here. And here's why. Because like if we try to combo this turn, last turn, then we still would have only had 1 activation here. But even if they don't have a burn spell, we go back down to 14. So we would only have the 1 Grizzlebrand activation either way. Although like putting a land drop on a Simian Spirit Guy means we get to pay the Summoner's Pack, but I actually don't like the decision here. I think I should have just gone for it. So that's something for next time. Alright, so hopefully our villain doesn't have a burn spell. Of course they do. Well, 2 burn spell means we're in the exact same spot as before, except that we don't have Nurse and Shoal to even gain us the life anymore. And now we're just deader than dead, I believe. Seal Fire, yeah, now we're dead. So this was round 1, game 1, and we'll be going to sideboarding now.